Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part two of our Refresh from Stress recap. The last thing I talked about was our day nine, and I talked about the healthy snacks, what I found my alternatives to be. So make sure you go watch that video. Okay. So now we're on day 10. Day 10 was to schedule some me time. Whew. As nurses, at least for me, a wife, a mother, it's hard to have time alone to myself, but I've just made it a habit. Sunday, especially like today is a Sunday, I have to have some me time. It's my me time. I tell my kids, mommy needs some me time. While you're napping, I'm gonna go and just relax. I also try to do this every day when I get off work because I work Monday through Friday. I take some time out just before I pick up the kids or after dinner once they've gone to bed. I try to take that me time and say, you know what? Let me recap what was my day about. What did I learn today? What can I do better? I take that time for me to grow because I need to grow as a person. If you're not taking some me time to reflect on what's been happening with you, it's easy to make the same mistakes over and over again. And it's hard to change. It's hard to change. So if there are things in your life that you want to change, it's hard to make those changes because you don't have time for yourself. You're always you know, being with friends, being with family, being with your spouse, being with your kids, being at work. Everybody wants a piece of you, but you need to have part of yourself to yourself in order to grow, because if you don't do that, you find that you're being stagnant. Yeah, excuse me. So day 11 was to invite a colleague to lunch, and for me, I wasn't able to do this particular thing on that day because yeah. But a few days later, I went to lunch with some of my colleagues, and it was, some team members. Because I work at a different hospital, even though we're in the same department, I don't get to see them as often. But to get together and to just, relax and have lunch and just catch up and say, how are you doing? It just gave us that sense of familiarity where, it was like somebody cares for you at work. Somebody's concerned about what's going on with you at work. Like, what's going on with your kids? How are you, progressing? When are you taking the NCLEX? Just different things that for us, it just helped foster the love that we had for each other. I know people think, nurses eat their young, nurses are, not as nice to each other, but it is what you make of it. If you make that effort to take a colleague to lunch, I actually recommend, if you can, eating with your physicians. I've learned so much about just sitting with them and eating with them. People are more relaxed, they talk, and that helps. They're not as hard on you, you're not as hard on others when you learn, more about them. So to me, this is really important. We're trying to refresh from stress, anything that can cause stress. Work for nurses, the work environment is very stressful. So whatever we can do to decrease that stress is what we need to do. So take somebody to lunch, pay for it. Okay, share your smile. This was day 12. It's so easy to frown at work. It's very easy to be like, oh, I'm not having a good day. I'm just gonna let everybody know, and your frown tells what you're, how you're feeling. But I've learned to smile no matter what's happening, to just say, I'm having a hard day, but I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna be grateful that I have a job to come to. I'm gonna be grateful that I have the opportunity to take care of people, to have a great conversation with my patients, with my colleagues. Smile. And there are days that everyone's having a bad day, but I'm smiling and I'm joking. I'm like, hey, God, and it changes the situation because one person started to smile, one person, and it, it makes a difference. There's just this infectious thing about a smile. And, it's like you're sitting in a bus or a train and somebody smiles at you, you're like, you're smiling too. So yeah, we need to diffuse that tough work environment and share our smile as often as we can. And day 13 was to plan your meals. Like I said, today's Sunday for me. Sunday is my plan day. I am going to, I have some butternut squash. I have some meatballs that's already, but I have some potatoes. So I'm going to and I have broccoli. I mean, I have different things I'm gonna put together for me and my kids and my husband to, so that during the week I don't have to cook. I hate cooking during the week. I just cannot. I work Monday through Friday, so for me, I have to do it. I have to start on Saturday, and then by Sunday, I finish everything, and so I don't have to cook at all during the week. I just bring things out and I warm it. The veggies, the meats, everything is cooked on Sunday, and that works for me because sometimes we have church or we have other activities, or I'm gonna meet up with something, or I'm taking a phone call from, somebody that needs a consult. I tend to leave my week pretty open. So what I mean open is I don't want things like making food or dinner to kind of take my time. All I do is warm it up because I've made everything on Sunday. So I'll challenge you to just try that and see if you can make your meals. Maybe initially when I started, I used to do twice, like on a Sunday and on a Wednesday, because I didn't know how to make it last. I didn't know how to make different things. And I think I can work on sharing my meal planning tools so that people can benefit from that. Day 14 was to make a list of the things you're thankful for. For me, I am thankful for my family, my husband, my kids, my work. I love my job. I'm so thankful that I get to go to work and to touch lives, because most people look at work as nursing as, oh, this is so hard. It's a hard career. There's so many people that mean to you. The patients are not. But I feel like, guess what? I'm not sick. I am healthy enough to take care of another person. So I'm going to be grateful for that. Even though the other things facing me are not as nice as I think they should be. But all I'm going to do is to be thankful, to be grateful, and to count my blessings every day. Counting your blessings, it helps rewire the mind to come up with a more positive attitude. And that's just what I choose every day. I choose to not reflect on the negative things that are going on. I don't want to think about it. I tell my brain, no, we love where we work. We have wonderful coworkers. I work in a wonderful building. I have a lovely boss. I have great people. I take care. I just say those positive things every day, just because I don't want to be ungrateful to God for everything He's done for me. And I choose to love what I do. So make a list of the things you're thankful for and constantly reflect on those things. For me, I was thankful for health, because right after I posted this, my daughter, had some issues, and it really helped me really think about health. Like, you know what? I'd rather be taking care of people than being the one that's sick. So if you think about it that way, I have the opportunity to take care of people. I'm not the one laying in the bed. That should help us kind of, thank you, Lord. Okay, so day 15 was about mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is, okay. I'm making sure I'm reading directly from the things I posted, so excuse me for that. You start by breathing in and out slowly. Okay, it's actually longer than this, but what mindful breathing does is your thoughts have a process, a cycle of how they come in and out. If your mind is constantly racing, the mindful breathing helps to cut that thought short, to stop it, especially if you're getting anxious, to stop it and say, stop, slow down. And then, like I said, if you've listed things you're grateful for example, if you're at work, there's so many things going on, admissions, patients calling, and you're like, you go through the steps and you stop those thoughts of, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do this. You stop those thoughts, and then, take 5 minutes, take 5-10 minutes, take whatever you need to just breathe, and just woosah. You can read, I got the tips I posted from, let me see what it was, American Nurses Today / mindful breathing. I'll say go through those tips, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'm gonna end the video soon because my time is almost up, and we'll do part 3, okay?